At this time of day, the path along the river is quiet. In an hour or so, the commuter rush will come, the cyclists whizzing from the suburbs in the north to the offices in the city centre. They pass through the district of Reading with barely a pause, part of their everyday route to and from work. And I'm the same, albeit a little slower, for this is where I've made my home, and so I barely take note anymore of the cityscape as I walk through it each day. But not today. Today I'm walking with my eyes raised. I estimate the age of the buildings that line the canal bank. 1950s, 1980s, last year, a building site. Very little of pre-war industrial Reading remains, a neighbourhood transformed by bombs and the post-war division of the city. Surviving factories have become dance studios and artist workshops. I walk past the piano builders in an old bus depot and a warehouse offering bonsai trees. The streets that cross the river are lined with slot machines filled with casinos, internet cafes offering phone cards to every conceivable country in the world, and Euro stores piled high with plastic toys, toilet brushes and Tupperware boxes. But mostly I'm walking through the neighbourhood alongside the river under a canopy of trees, a world away from the popular perception of poverty and crime that lingers in the imagination of those who never spend any time here. Within sight of my apartment building, I make my way into the Soldatenkiez, a neighbourhood that carries a reputation for abandoned shop fronts and a local mob collecting protection money from second-hand clothing stores and kebab stands. But times change quicker than reputations, familiarity breeds security, and many of these empty properties now house pop-up art galleries and studio spaces. The local kids walking the river path on their way to school are well scrubbed and cheerful, and if the pub on the corner is already doing a roaring trade with the early drinkers who have spilled out onto the pavement, beer glasses in hand, they are joined in the tablier by me by a slim jogger, her feet dancing lightly between the scattered glass of a broken beer bottle. The buildings retreat around an overflow basin, filled not with water but weeds and tall grasses. With the tower blocks to the back of the scene, the sky opens up. On the opposite bank are the first allotment gardens of my walk, a colony of cabins surrounded by neatly mown lawns and flags celebrating everything from Reading, Berlin and Germany, to the heroes of the Hertha BSC football club and the Ferrari Formula One racing team. As I pass a couple of thuggish-looking guys and their equally thuggish-looking dogs, I can feel myself being watched. Across the river, a man leans on his fence, taking a break from shoveling leaves onto the bonfire that burns gently behind him. I catch his eye and offer up a smile, but his expression doesn't change.